Again, good evening and welcome. I'm Sister Catherine Mihat, and we are blessed to have you with us this evening. This is a special time to remember Sister Mary Lou and how she has been an important part of your life. It is amazing that 66 years of her life was spent in service of God and God's people as a member of this monastery. She was called to serve God in a variety of ways. I recall her being involved in a clown ministry. I like to refer to her as Sister Mary Lou, M-E-R-R-Y, Mary Lou, because she has so much joy. She was an educator, had a love of education as she pursued a master's degree from St. John's University in liturgy and theological studies. And she went on to plan many wonderful liturgies. So it's significant tonight that we gather to celebrate her at this liturgy, and of course tomorrow at her funeral. So we actually take time now to do some sharing. We'll have two microphones. Sister Linda will cover this side, and I'll cover this side. And we ask that if you can keep your comments brief, try to do that. We'll try to get as many people as we can. There's also the opportunity tomorrow in the dining room, we think. So who else would like to share?
My name is Gary Somerville, and whenever I came to first service here or to Mass, Sister Mary Lou always made me feel very welcome, and she always made sure I had the right book and that I was on the right page.
If you go right, you can never go wrong.
My name is Karen. I'm an oblate here at St. Paul's Monastery. Worked with Sister Mary Lou really closely. She was my supervisor in liturgy and music, and I served the sisters here for a number of years. And we made a good team because she had a way of helping people realize the gifts that they could offer to the people of God in liturgy. And she would be very convincing to have you join. Those of us who had the joy of working with her in liturgy know how convincing she could be, and I gave her the nickname Sister Mary Lou Woo.
Marlene. Hi, my name is Marlene Blatzheim. We have known Sister Mary Lou for, oh my gosh, I'm 88, she was 86, but we moved her 4 times because we had a station wagon. We moved her down to Litchfield, Fairfax, St. Peter, and I can't remember the other one, but we all moved her. And we had the best time, always lots of fun. Our kids loved her. She came whenever she could, and we enjoyed having her. And may God rest in peace with her. We love her very much. Thank you.
Mary Lou and I had many years together, living together, and in the end, we were in St. John's Hospital together, and then we were at Ronde Lane together, and I would walk down to visit her whenever I had the freedom then to be able to walk with the walker, and the last visit was on Tuesday afternoon before I was to leave Ronde Lane, and she said, "Be sure and tell everyone that I love them." And she held all of you in her hearts, with deep love and care, and so appreciative for what each of you were for her in her life. So thank you.
My name is Julie Taylor, and I got to know Sister Mary Lou at St. Thomas the Apostle Parish. And I see a lot of faces here. And she was, just like Karen said, so good at wooing you and recognizing your gifts. And even if you had like ideas, like the Christmas pageant or the Christmas concert, she would run with it. Just such an enabler, and she would give you the tools to do what you wanted to do and which the church needed you to do. And I know we went through a hard time in our parish at one point, and Father Timothy Cloutier, who came in and helped us out, he called her Sister Mary Glue. She really got our parish together.
Hi, my name is Christy. I'm an oblate here at St. Paul's Monastery. Sister Mary Lou was my sister sponsor last year, and I took my final oblation in the 24th this spring. During the year, and especially this summer, I watched her health decline, and she was in the hospital. I called, wanted to make plans for my husband and I to go visit her. So we were going to visit her on Sunday. But Sunday morning, my son called me and he said, you know, we just gave birth to your granddaughter. And I feel bad, but I also feel joy that they, you know, that happened on that day. I ended up seeing my granddaughter, and then I found out that Sister Mary Lou had passed away. So I have very, very fond memories of her, and also always helping me here finding my place in the books. So.
Excuse me. My name is Fran Glassine. My wife pointed out that Sister was very close to our family, and there are a few things that I would like to just mention here. We moved her to 3 of her missions. We moved her from here to, she taught at St. Bernard's, and she taught our oldest daughter in 3rd grade. That goes back many years. I won't give my daughter's age, but she's pushing her middle 60s. So. And going forward from there, we moved her to Fairfax, which is one of the missions places. And then she had to move to, I forget where the second one was, but we also moved her there. And then we also moved her down to where Father McGowan was. I can't remember now where that was. But it's interesting because, you know, all of the sisters had habits. I'm sure you all remember the habits. And as they were moving out of their habits into what I'll call regular clothes for my wife who sewed, made some clothes for her using some of the material out of the habits. And the only thing they remember is some of those clothing was considerably heavy, so it had to do some real thinking in order to make them wearable. So, and we do miss her, as we all do, I'm sure. She spent many a day at our house. We spent many a time with her. So, we know where she is. Thank you.
I'm Sister Paula, and I'm a classmate of hers in the formation in religious life. My most wonderful memory of her is, and thank you all for coming. Nothing would make her happier than you're here with us. Anyway, Carol Rennie had just resigned from being the oblate director, and Mary Lou came to me and asked me for advice. I go, whoa. And she said, you know, I really like that job. I like teaching, and it's sort of like the RCIA. And I said, Mary Lou, go for it. And she goes, you know, you have so much self-confidence. And I said, no. Just go and volunteer to Sister Lucia, and then it'll be obedience. If Lucia picks you, it's obedience, and then you can't go wrong. She goes, wow. Where did you learn that? I said, someplace along the way. And I said, to tell you the truth, I'll be your volunteer assistant. Because there's, Carol Rennie had put it into a very office, classroom type of thing. I'll do all that work for you. I get up early in the morning, late at night. I know how to do the Xerox machine. And so she said, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. And look what happened.
I am Sister Mary Lou's in-law, and anyway, this is kind of on the lighter side here, but it was 10 children in that family, and Mary Lou held up her place very well. Her brothers, when they got together, it was really something to listen to, what abuse she took from them. But she always came out with her own last little highlight, let's put it that way. But she was just a force behind those brothers and Jan. At their deaths, she was by their side all the time. She came miles to visit her brothers when they were on their deathbed. And they loved her for it, and she was just a very special force behind the Dummer family. And she loved you all, because we heard about a lot of you, especially the outlays, how she treasured you. She really did. And thank you for being her friend and sisters here at St. Paul Monastery too, because we love you all too. Thank you.
My name is Cami, and I got to know Sister Mary Lou working with her with the Oblates. And she was just a lover of people. And the last time I went to visit her in the hospital, she was working with her PT, and so they saw me outside the door, and she's like, oh, she's one of the Oblates. And then a nurse came in, and so then she was telling her all about the Oblates. So just had deep love for that. So, one treasure.
I am the niece of Sister Veronica Novotny, who passed away in 1994, and I've always felt a very strong connection to the Benedictines, and have been here, several times for different events. I do remember, though, as a little girl on our farm, the sisters would come in their long habits, and I knew Sister Mary Lou, Sister Stephen, and my aunt too was very much a teaser. So I would say, my siblings and I, there were a sister and two brothers, and we would look at them walking on the gravel, on the grass and the gravel, and we were always marveled that they looked like angels floating that didn't have any shoes. And so we said, and I don't know who said this, but Sister Pauline would come, and my other aunt was a Benedictine nun, Sister Magdalene. Anyway, they would tease us, and so we'd say, do you have shoes? And they'd say, I don't know, maybe. And then, we'd say, do you have wings? I don't know, maybe. But then it was really sweet. I'll never forget this because it's come back to me several times. They would say, Debbie, you don't need shoes to walk and you don't need wings to fly. And so I think of them now being barefoot flying. Thank you.
We know that our stories do not end here because we've got the Archbishop here.
Yes, Sheila, I loved hearing the stories about Sister. And the first time I met her, I was just here a short time, and I met all kinds of sisters, and I couldn't remember any of their names. So when I was trying to describe them to Father Lackwitzer, I said the sister who has to be the prioress. And Sister Mary Lou was not the prioress. And I said, well, she has to be because she just has such authority about her, right? And it really was that authenticity that she had, right? She was Benedictine through and through, and she was so helpful, certainly in terms of the welcome that is so typical of this monastery, but also just that real sense of the Benedictine charisms. I was always so grateful, and just seeing how it is that Sister served over the years of her ministry. I know that the Archdiocese is very grateful, so I'm happy I was able to be here to express our gratitude for this beautiful life, that beautiful witness of Sister, but also for her phenomenal service as well.
That in all things, God be glorified.